Hello everyone, it's definitely not Mr. Sandman, bringing you episode 2 of our playthrough of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Academy. Picking up where we left off, we are on our first full day of control, and after having bought some packs, we're now able to wander around and meet people.
Looking back on it, we realized that there was some weird audio going on at the beginning of episode 1. That's actually part of the game, believe it or not.
Yeah, Ocean sound effect was awful.
It wasn't good on GBA. Being said, we shouldn't have to worry about that again. We wanted to get the forward view of Duel Academy before we started the game, because that cutscene for us was a huge thing for the Game Boy to be able to do.
Yeah, it mimics the beginning of the anime opening for the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX show.
And being able to do that without it just completely being a video was very massive for the time. It might not be now, look at the game systems we have now, but back then it was huge.
So we have the option to go talk to Alexis, Cyrus, Banner, Crowler, and Jaden himself. I believe those were all I saw with reference.
Don't forget we can go to the volcano.
Didn't mean to go to the front of the dorm, but guess
Well,
that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we can go to the volcano already. Chumley might have been up there. I kind of doubt it, but you never know who's gonna show up at the top, at the top of the mountain.
Chumley climbing a mountain definitely seems suspicious.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the first time I've seen it either.
I keep hitting A. Well, guess we're going after the future king of games himself first. Hey, Sandman!
Alright, he's just as confused as we are.
Well, I mean,
Alright.
a high school kid standing on a dock at the edge of the harbor at night.
Yeah, I see where your point lies.
Just in time for a duel, what do you say? Might as well get my ass handed to me.
We could say no, but why? Alright, we just have to beat him early.
Well, I win.
Before he can do anything. We didn't put any of those new cards in the deck.
I didn't want to just yet. I wanted to at least use the starter deck unedited once.
That's fair. Alright, what do we have? We have Kurenai.
Okay, so I was right that R will show you the card art and effect.
Alright, Upstart Goblin's a good way to start most of the time.
Poly,
Nobleman of Extermination, that's good if he puts a face down.
Darkfire, and Legendary Flame Lord.
As much as I love Legendary Flame Lord, we need that incandescent deal for it to be of any use at all.
So let's start with Upstart Goblin.
Give him life and us a Blazing Impachi. That'll be hard to get over.
More than okay to start with.
More than. That's actually a beautiful start. Nobleman of Examination. Nobleman of Extermination is good for getting rid of back row. If I'm thinking of the right card. I don't know, you flashed it, but I'm a slow reader.
Face out spell or trap removes in play, and then if it's a trap, we all have to banish every copy.
Alright, so yeah, that's a really good card so long as he doesn't have any of the traps that are in our deck as well. Either way, I'd call that a solid first turn. No, there's no reason to use Kurenai yet.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't fully remember what Kurenai does off the top of my head.
We tribute a fire monster to deal damage to our opponent equal to its attack.
Okay.
So it is get rid of a fire monster to literally burn your opponent.
Fire is one of my least used attributes, so it's one spiritual arts I wasn't able to remember.
Alright, he has a face down, so we can use Meteor? We can use Extermination. Hopefully it's nothing that we need.
That being said, speaking of Meteor, we drew Meteor Dragon, so between that and Polymerization, we almost have enough fusions of him.
Alright, he's chaining.
Magic Hammer.
Okay. Well,
so
at least
he's discarding a card to make sure we don't get rid of other Magic Jammers.
which is fine. We flushed it out, so if we did have the opportunity to use polymerization, we wouldn't have to worry about his magic jammer getting in the way. Darkfire Soldier is going to give us a little more firepower, especially since he didn't summon anything. That's going to be really important.
Yeah, we get to deal 3,500 straight to his face.
That's the wrong thing.
Yeah, I expected it to go straight to attack, not to detail.
Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason it just always goes to detail. So in total we're dealing 3,550, which would be better, admittedly, if we hadn't used Upstart Goblin, but at the same time, then we wouldn't have the Blazing Apache. I didn't know that was an option.
I didn't either.
Alright, yeah, I don't see why we would set polymerization. And Kurenai, honestly speaking, if we can get through this next battle phase of ours,
it might be useful towards the end to finish him off quickly.
Yeah, if we can get through the next battle phase of ours without him
summoning a single
there's our win. There's the win. Because if we use it with Blazing Apache, then that's 1850 directly. I'm pretty sure that's what Kurenai does. We might want to check just in case.
Yeah, I will. First things first, I'm replacing the weaker monster with Meteor just because I can.
Fair enough. That's an extra 100 attack.
Yep, because that gives us 3650, which means we're exactly 1800 from winning. So Kurenai on either, if you're correct, would finish it from there.
Well,
we would have been 50 short otherwise.
Meteor Dragon is an Earth monster, not a Fire monster.
I know. My point though is the
should be the Fire monster
with
damage. Yep, equal to its original attack.
Because if we hadn't done that, they would have survived with 50 life points. This way, it's going to be overkill by 50.
I'd always prefer overkill to underkill. So that was a pretty easy first duel.
Yeah, against the future king of games. Didn't play a single monster. I was a little worried whenever he activated Skyscraper.
That would have screwed us if he would have played any monster at all.
Especially one like Sparkman, who has naturally okay attack from the get-go.
Yeah. But instead, we got a perfect victory.
Yep.
After increasing his life points by 1,000.
So we gained 524 DP, 100 for winning, 90 for dealing 9,050 damage, 7,200 for battle damage. Well, 72 for 7,200 battle damage, and it took 5 turns.
So we got it doubled for a quick victory.
Yep. That face is amazing.
The face is always great. So all in all, I feel like that first duel was way
pretty
easier
effective
than
start.
It should have been, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like the best thing for us to do, myself personally, is spend the first few weeks until the new pack is added. Because that happens on the 24th day.
And then check out new cards.
And then get new cards with all the DP we save up on these first few days. Because the new pack, if I'm not mistaken, has something to do with fusion summoning.
Well, while we...
I could be wrong.
Wait. Where would you like to go to start off this next day?
I say we should look for Chumley, because he's an easy win most of the time. And it'll give people who aren't familiar with Chumley a look at his deck.
That's very fair.
And his deck is one of the best, most iconic decks to have ever been featured in the show.
We do need to go back to Jaden pretty soon for the same purpose, though, because as of yet, we've only seen his Magic Jammer.
As of yet, we've only seen those. We really need to get some better looks at his cards, yes. I feel like we should do that after we get some more stronger cards.
Hey, 2 for 2 on the coin toss.
Let's hope we can keep up that luck. Yeah, I feel like Jaden is someone we need to face after we get some better cards. There's Needleworm, which will put the top 5 of...
There's Blazing Apache back. And Kurenai.
Well, that's just a strategy.
And Flame Lord, half of the starting
what-
hands back. More than half.
Polymerization. Okay.
4 out of 6.
Thing in the Crater. I don't remember what that is. I feel
When it's destroyed, special summon a Pyro from hand.
like Blazing Impachi.
Needleworm mills
Needleworm.
top 5 of the opponent. I'd rather scope Chumley out.
Yeah. Besides, it's not like we have to worry too much about milling him out. Honestly, I feel like if we do a bunch of mill cards, we should definitely add in Gravekeeper's Servant. As the classic opponent mill card, here we go. There's our first look.
Kangaroo Chan.
Beast Fangs. Poison Fangs.
Poison.
Okay. I thought it was Beast. Okay.
No, Beast Fangs is a separate card.
Well, yeah. Is he... He's not attacking?
I mean, his monster only has 800.
That's pretty fair. Giant Trunade will take it back down to basic. But we could also...
battles with his cards change to defense after... Yeah, so its effect went without updating.
Yeah.
Poison Fangs, I believe, does damage. Town Beast monster inflicts battle damage, inflict 500 effect damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so... Realistically,
It's not worth
Beast
treating.
Fangs wasn't really anything. If we set the Needleworm, then we send the top 5, and it's an extra defender, just in case he summons another monster with higher attack.
Meanwhile, if he does get rid of the other, Blazing Impachi is going to come out anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't need to worry
In
about
attack
summoning it at
position.
the moment.
So logically speaking, we're good with the setup that we have right now. I'm just hoping we can get the Incandescent Ordeal.
If not that, then I would love to be able to show off a fusion summon pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Nimble Mamanga
in
in attack.
position?
It's wasting its effect.
All of its effect.
Normally, Nimble Mamanga's effect is whenever it flips face up, you get to increase your life points by 1,000. Then from there, you're also able to set up to 2 Nimble Mamanga from your deck, allowing you to prep that effect 2 more times.
But
Being in attack position, it loses all that.
and he used the 800 to attack into the 1200, which,
Is already in defense too, so.
yeah. So he's really not gaining anything out of this. In fact, he's losing 5 cards
And 400 life points.
right out of the gate. Chumley is the definition of dropout boy. You get rid of 2 spells, at least. I saw 2. Now that
Might be worth truenating.
might be worth tuning. Twin-headed fire dragon. And it's pyro. Which means, unless that has a level restriction,
Nope.
and it does not,
So Impachi's gonna get to come out.
Impachi gets to come out. And then, if Thing in the Crater is destroyed,
We got rid of
Ooh.
Snatch Steal and Graceful Charity, Big Koala, and Polymerization.
so there goes most of the things that would make him a threat.
Yep, got rid of at least some of the cards he needs to summon his biggest monster, as well as getting rid of a nice draw effect and one of the most annoying cards to deal with before it got banned.
For anyone who doesn't know, Stat Steal lets you take control of one opponent's monster. And that's pretty much it. The only drawback to it is that every standby phase of yours, which is right after you draw, your opponent gains 1,000 life. So basically, if he were to... Oh no! Well... I mean, we can activate the trap, use it on the Blazing Impachi.
Torrential Tribute, when a monster is summoned, you can activate it to destroy every monster on the field. So really, he just hurt himself by doing that.
Because Thing in the Crater is going to bring out our twin-headed fire dragon.
And Blazing Impachi's damage still got to go off thanks to the trap. Fun fact, Twin Head Fire Dragon is one of the oldest cards I own in real life. It's from my very first 10 I got as a kid.
It's one of the oldest cards I own. It is not the oldest card I own, though. Which, happens to be a Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is also in this deck to go with that Meteor Dragon we saw in the last duel against Jaden. Hopefully we can get the two of them, or Incandescent Ordeal. I would go for either one of those right now. Oh!
Guess we're about to find out.
But now if we get the Incandescent Ordeal, we're screwed, because it's a waste. There's Darkfire Soldier, though. And Backfire. Backfire, for anyone who doesn't know...
There's Charcoal and Bachi.
Oh, please, good. Backfire, for anyone who doesn't know, is basically every time a fire monster is destroyed, the enemy of whoever controlled the fire monster takes 500 damage. Which is to say, in this deck, if one of our fire monsters gets destroyed, Chumley takes 500 damage. We don't need it, but it's always a good early game card if you're running a fire deck. I'm kind of happy that they start us with a fire deck.
Yeah, the only thing I would have liked more would be a GX or a Wind deck.
Yeah. It took us longer than 5 turns, so we didn't get the double points. But we still got well over 200.
And we got to show off a little more of what Chumley's deck has. Not much, but a little more.
Not much. More than we got to see of Jaden's.
So, having said that, I think I'm going to look for the next member of the Slifer 3 if I can.
Oh, no.
Luck doesn't seem to be on my side yet. There he is. In his own room. Hey, Sandman, let's duel. Oh yeah, apologies for the voices in the first episode. We were just enjoying ourselves a little too much.
We had a time with that. I'm not going to apologize. I had fun with it. It was great.
I had fun with it too.
3 for 3.
How many times do I have to win that coin toss before it looks suspicious?
Yes.
Oh, Red Eyes.
Okay, so what's that? What's the spell?
Tribute to the
Doomed. Alright.
Got Charcoal and Pachi and Twin-Headed Fire Dragon, Magician of Faith, and UFO Turtle.
Alright. Honestly, the Magician of Faith would be really nice if we had better spells.
It'll be helpful if we use Tribute to the Doomed and need it back.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I feel like the most threatening thing in his deck has always been Bakoichi. A frightening card.
Frightening Train. Dekoichi is the card, I think.
Is it?
I believe so.
One of those is one of those, and the other's the other.
Steamroid's pretty dangerous.
Steamroid's pretty dangerous.
He does have a drawback, though.
Yep, if he gets attacked, he loses attack.
However, when he attacks, he gains attack.
Now, we get to summon something pretty decent value. I think we should go for Ultimate Baseball Kid.
I am willing to agree.
Ultimate Baseball Kid gains is it 500 or 1,000 attack for each fire monster its controller controls.
I want to say it's 1,000, but let's find out. By
1,000
1,000 for each fire monster on the field.
On the field. Alright.
And you can discard one to... Wait.
No, send one you control to the
tribute
graveyard.
one to inflict damage.
And with that little Chimera we just drew, he's gonna be going up pretty quickly. Ah, right. The drawback of having to discard.
Gonna go with Twin-Headed, so we have the Apache to set up a quick defense if needed. We'll keep our Magician of Faith to get our spell back if we want it. And we'll hold on to Chimera and our Fusion Material monster, Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Chimera, when summoned.
Now all our fire monsters gain 500, and on top of that, our Ultimate Baseball Kid gains 1,000 for its effect, putting him at 2,000 for a level 3 monster right off the bat.
I feel like that's pretty good, honestly.
And assuming...
It's the wrong screen again.
Yeah. Assuming Cyrus doesn't get rid of our little Chimera, or worse, Baseball Kid, he should be able to power up even more next turn.
Seeing as we're going to be playing another fire monster. So long as we can keep Baseball Kid out, well, my first time playing this game, he was my ace. Pun definitely intended.
Assuming...
However, there's always that possibility. And there's Dikoichi, the locomotive. So yeah, Bakoichi's the car.
Yep.
We're taking damage.
Yep. Whopping 800, I want to say.
Yep. It would have been more if it would have attacked with the baseball kit first, but, you know, Cyrus doesn't exactly brain.
Yeah.
Autonomous action unit, though. If I'm not mistaken, with that, we'll be able to get his Steamroid from the graveyard. It'll cost us, but with Steamroid's 1800 turning into 2300 when he attacks,
yep,
we might be able to get pretty far on this. And if he manages to destroy Steamroid, we can Magician of Faith to get the autonomous action unit back.
That we can.
Quick defense.
Glad I saved it.
Now, which one is more threatening?
Well, I'm not too worried about the 1400 that lacks an effect, but if we summon anything, Ultimate Baseball Kit will power up. So I'd rather...
Yeah, but that 1400 attacking Steamroid gains... or our Steamroid loses 500 attack.
True, but we also still have a defense on the field and a way to get the waiter of our Steamroids back.
That's fair.
However, what we do in future turns would have been limited if he had kept Baseball Kid.
True. And he's switching to defense instead. Alright, he doesn't know his own card. And there's a Darkfire Soldier.
Yep.
I'd call that a win. These early game cards might not have the power that most people are used to seeing these days, but back in the day, Darkfire Soldier number 2 was a beater.
Oh yes.
It was huge for a level 4 monster.
And some of the biggest monsters of the era, like Darkblade and Insect Knight, should also be appearing.
Hain. That's gonna be unfortunate for us. Hain lets him return one monster on the field to its owner's hand. So he chose his Steamroid, which means that he gets to play it again, and we have to get over it again. Not like that's going to be all that hard to do.
But it's still going to be an annoyance.
It's still going to be an annoyance. Unfortunately, it can get over our Charcoal and Pachi as well. If we get Magician of Faith, though, we could get the autonomous action unit back and get one of those. I feel like Dikoichi would be pretty useful, seeing as it power over Steamroid by 100, and we get to use it on our turn.
Indeed.
Or, depending on what we draw, we could use the autonomous action unit on Steamroid again. But again, it depends on what we get. The entire point of the game is luck of the draw. We're losing our Empachi, but it defended us, which was its only real purpose in the deck anyway. Inferno.
Not quite strong enough to get over anything on this field right now, though.
Unfortunate as that is, it's still a free summon of a 1900 defense monster.
True, and I just had a brilliant idea.
Using it to summon Red Eyes?
Yes.
Yep. If we had to choose something we didn't need anymore, it'd have to be UFO Turtle.
Easily.
Sorry to say, UFO Turtle. You serve us well, but... I mean, really?
This way, though, even if he were to get another Steamroid out, it wouldn't have the power to overcome Red Eyes.
Which is honestly just perfect. I like Inferno's effect. I just wish it had a little more attack. If we'd been able to draw Salamandra at some point during this, we would have been able to power it up enough to destroy almost anything he played. Which would have been nice with the extra 1500 points of damage. But, I mean, again, luck of the draw.
Indeed.
Fusion Sage. Searching for polymerization.
Question is, can he use polymerization, or is he just deck thinning at the moment?
Deck thinning? From the look of it, anyway. Trap Hole. I still really want to draw Incandescent Ordeal. Incandescent Ordeal, once again, for anyone who doesn't know, is the spell that... Oh.
Better than what I was expecting. I was worried that it was going to be Mirror Force.
I was worried it was going to be Mirror Force. Incandescent Ordeal, though, that blue card in our hand is summoned by Incandescent Ordeal. It's a ritual monster. And the great thing about the monster in our hand is that it's one of the few cards of this time that uses spell counters. Yeah, for anyone who's not a fast reader, I'm sorry, but you do go through those pages pretty quickly. For anyone who's not a fast reader, anytime a player activates a spell, which are the green cards, I guess technically like light bluish green, Legendary Flame Lord gets a spell counter. And you can remove 3 spell counters to have him destroy every monster that isn't him.
Hold on, he has polymerization in his hand, and he had Steamroid and Gyroid on the field. But he doesn't summon Steam Gyroid.
I'm confused.
And slightly concerned. His Steamroid is now in the graveyard, however Gyroid can't be destroyed by battle once you return.
Thankfully, we don't... Oh, Magic Jammer. That would be really useful if he tries to use polymerization.
So, given that it would take both attacks to get rid of Gyroid, I'm going to instead focus on clearing the rest of his field out.
Trap Disposal Unit. So he'll get to look at one of our face-down cards, and if it's a trap, or not. Am I thinking of the wrong card?
They contribute to negate a trap.
I was thinking of the wrong card. There's a card like that when it's flipped face up, lets you destroy a trap card your opponent controls. And if it's face down, you look at it, and if it's a trap, it's destroyed. If it's not, it's put face down again.
I really don't like how you can use Gyroid to stall out a duel. That being said, it's nowhere near as annoying as Dark Resonator will be in the future.
Tribute. And a Blazing Impachi for us.
Only thing I can imagine him having would be Millennium Shield. And if that's what it is, that's a big problem. That being said, I don't expect that to actually be what it is. I just have no better ideas.
I don't either.
Even still, since it was a tribute summon, I'm going to attack it with our biggest monster. UFO-roid! I forgot that was level 5 or higher.
Yeah. I honestly didn't think about that. And there's Dekoichi again. For some reason, he doesn't like to use its effect.
Maybe he doesn't have the card.
I know he does. It's in the deck. Who knows? Could be the same reason he didn't summon Steam Gyroid. He could just not brain think.
Perhaps he's limited in the beginning of the game since we haven't had much experience or chance to modify your deck yet.
That's actually a very fair way of looking at it. Having destroyed 9 monsters, we got 450 points from that alone.
We dealt plenty of damage and it was all in battle.
I forgot that you get 50 points for destroying a monster. Wow. I remember why I used to stall out duels. Anyway, with that being said, I believe it's about time for us to cut this episode. So, we hope you're, if I can talk, we hope you're enjoying it. We are. We're having fun. We're nerds though, so you know, it is what it is. We hope you're enjoying it. We hope you'll catch us in the next episode, and we hope that you'll enjoy it as well. So with that being said,
have a wonderful night, and see you soon.